Good evening, brothers and sisters. My name is Arceli. I'm from Gwangju Church. I'm from Philippines. I was born again in Gwangju Church, July 2nd, 2011. Actually, before I came here to Korea, I was attending Catholic Church in the Philippines. So back then, when I listened to the Bible seminar, it was very difficult for me, especially the sins, about sins. And also during the Bible seminar, it was my first time to heard about the prophecy in the Bible is related to it really happened. So that is the first time I heard, like Israel. I didn't know it is also related to Bible. So when I saw it, like, oh, it's really true. So when I saw the video about Israel, what happened to them, how they were punished, so I was really scared. And then when the following day I listened about the sin. So when I heard about the sin, especially Matthew chapter 5 verse 22, like when you feel angry with your brother without any cause, and then you say bad words to them, you are already like a murderer. So I said, how can I be a murderer? I was thinking about that. So because I thought it's just by doing action I commit sin. I didn't know, even in my mind I already commit sin. So at that time I was really surprised when I heard about it, because that is the first time I heard. I thought I commit sins by doing by actions. And then when I heard about sins, the future sins were redeemed, it's difficult for me to understand that time, because how can the future sin redeem? So I asked pastor, because pastor asked me, how about your past sins? Is it really? Yes. How about present? Yes. And then the future. So I cannot answer. So so it's really difficult for me. So the pastor explained to me again that what is it? Isaiah chapter 43 verse 25. So Jesus Jesus didn't look at God didn't look at our sins. So when I heard about it, like, so he never looked at it. So it's like it's already past. So and then at the time I realized, okay, so now I understand. I'm a sinner. Actually, I didn't know from my mother's womb I'm a sinner. So at that time, the first time I heard about the sin in the Bible, that I'm a sinner from my mother's womb. So I said, so I'm a sinner from my mother's womb at that time. So then I and then after that, when the pastor explained to me about the sin, because actually all the sermons are okay except the sin. It's really difficult for me to understand that time, because in the Catholic we focus more about doing good deeds, about like that, committing sins, 10 commandments. So it's difficult for me to understand that time, because my mind is before with 10 commandments. But when I listen about the Bible seminar, it's just only a mirror. The 10 commandments is just only a mirror, but it's not. We cannot follow that. So I think I remember that I cannot follow that. So during the Bible seminar, when the pastor explains about the 10 commandments, I commit it all. So I'm really a sinner, I know. And then when the pastor explained about the sin, I understand it. And then there's a video about the bridge, the father who sacrificed his own son. So at that time, when I saw the video, I feel like I'm the passenger of the train, and then the father is I'm the passenger, but I didn't know what happened. But I just saw the father is like crying, so I know what's happening like that. So I imagined that. But when I realized, I didn't know how Jesus saved my sin. So how he died for my own sake. So I realized it, and then I'm so thankful, because at that time I understand about the salvation, about eternal redemption. And then the following, so after I got salvation, the problem is I joined the English team. I joined Gwangju Church, but it's really burden for me to join the fellowship that time, because I feel, I'm not introvert, but I'm a little bit shy. So at that time, when there's a fellowship, like, I like to listen to the sermon, but it's really burden for me to join the fellowship, and then it feels like I'm different from them. When I look at the brothers and sisters, they are really good Christians, but me, I'm just newly born again. So it's really burden for me. So that is what I feel before. So, and then my name starts with A. So every time there's a testimony, alphabetical, it's really burden for me. I know, I'm the first runner. So at that time, I don't want to join really the fellowship that time. So for how many years? Like 2 years. So actually 1 year. Actually, my sister evangelized me. And then she said to me, "Why don't you come to church?" "That's okay." She said to me, I will just listen to the sermon." "No, you have to join the fellowship." "It's okay, I will just listen to the sermon." And then she said to me, "No." And then I said, "Oh, I feel really not comfortable, like I'm not familiar with them." And then she said to me, "If you abide in the fellowship, you will get used to it, and then you will know them more." My sister said to me, "You will know the brothers and sisters more, and then later you will be comfortable with them." And I think that's really true. But as you know, I'm a student in university, so at that time my time is very difficult. So sometimes I miss the Sunday sermon. Actually, I only joined Sunday sermon that time, so I miss the Sunday sermon sometimes. And then my Christian life is really not that good. So there was a 2014. There's a summer retreat, and that time the Filipino pastors visit Gwangju Retreat Center. So at that time, I checked my salvation, because when the pastor said you have to check your salvation, you have to check your faith. So at that time, I had a counseling with pastor, and then now I fully understand what is lacking on my salvation. What is lacking on my salvation? So at that time, I didn't join the fellowship about reading the Bible, because I had a counseling with pastor. What's lacking with me? I know I'm saved, but something is missing, because I feel I'm different from other brothers and sisters. So the pastor explained to me, and then I realized, okay. And then at that time, I got a baptism in Gwangju 2014, and then I joined the. After that, okay, I made up my mind. I will work out my own salvation. I need to work on it. I should abide in the church more. So when I got baptism, I made up my mind. I will abide in the church, and then I will listen to the uh, sermon. And then there's a then at that in that year I start also to join the youth group, because before I don't join any youth group or cell group, just only Sunday. So and then at that time I joined the youth group also. So when I joined the youth group, it really helped me, because living alone is really difficult as a foreigner in Korea. So at that time when I joined a youth group, so I made some friends with brothers and sisters. So I feel I'm not alone. And then at that time, so living alone, so I think I finished my course like 2015, and then I have to go back to the Philippines like that. And then I said, "Oh, okay, I have to go back to the Philippines. Only 1 year is left, so I have to join more in the church." So I abide in the church. Like I also joined the Wednesday sermon that time, Grand Bible Seminar, even Korean Bible Seminar before I joined. And then when I joined in the church, it's really helpful for me to build up my Christian life. And then and it really helped me to um, gain my strength, especially to improve my Christian life, because I think abiding in the church is really important. Actually, brothers and sisters, they helped me a lot how to improve my Christian life, because I think without them I couldn't live actually. Like it's really different when I look at them, like giving translation service. It's really important for me that time. So I'm very thankful because they give translation to me. And then at that time, I really want to, okay, so I will go back to the Philippines, only short period is left. And then I had a counseling with pastor, "Oh, I have to go back to the Philippines." And then the pastor said to me, "Just wait, maybe you can be married in the church." So I said to pastor, "But I already bought my ticket actually." So I said, "If there's a brother, okay, but if there's no brother, it's okay. I am ready to go back to the Philippines." But actually, I'm thinking about my Christian life, because if I return to the Philippines, it's really difficult. Actually, Korea is very easy to abide in the fellowship, and your Christian life is very easy in Korea, but in other countries, it's very difficult. So when I had the counseling with pastor, and then at that time, pastor called me like only 6 months left on my visa. So the pastor said, "Oh, there's a brother." So so I'm very surprised. Like, oh, there's a brother. And then at that time, I'm very thankful because I got married in the church, and actually I'm abiding in the church now, and I'm so thankful with English team. But the only problem is my family in the Philippines because they are not yet saved. Actually, my sister is the one who evangelized me, but now she's away from the church. So I was really sad because, but when she heard about my story that I'm still abiding in the church, she said to me, "Oh, you are very good. You're still doing good in the church." But I said to her, I hope you can come back to the church. So, yeah, I think abiding in the church is very important. And also, yeah, when there's an opportunity to listen to the Word of God, even though it's just only Wednesday sermon, it's really important. Actually, that is my goal now, to listen to the every sermon, Wednesday sermon. If there's a fellowship, yeah, I try to join, even though sometimes it's Korean, sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but I try to join. Uh, and also, fellowship also is very important. So I'm so thankful for the English team because they really help a lot to build my Christian life, also to help me to grow as a Christian. And also, please pray for me because I'm planning to go to my country next week. So just only short period, just only for 4 days, 3 days. So I want to meet my parents because my parents, before they listened the Bible seminar here, they said they were saved, but actually I think no. So yeah, because they are Catholic in the Philippines, but they are not attending church anymore in the Philippines. But I hope I can share the words of God with them. And also, yeah, please pray for our English team also, for foreigners. That's all. Thank you.